Hi. The heck? Oh, okay. Hey, April. So I got an error message. We'll see. We will see. Okay, we're gonna give this a try. I got an error message with my connection, so hopefully it'll work. It worked when we did the test. So, welcome to the Vibrant Life podcast. This is the official podcast of the Vibrant Life community. I'm Sarah Nolan, and I am an energy management advisor and a burnout prevention coach for high performers, people like business owners and musicians and speakers and authors and people who really are living their lives making a difference in the world. And through the work that I do, through Recharge and in the Inner Circle, I help my clients to release all the baggage, all the muck that is built up inside of them that's causing them to live inauthentically, living with fear and anger and shame and all that stuff that's not really who they are. So through this process, they're able to come back to the people that they really truly are at the deepest core level. And this evening, we're doing something really special. We are doing a subconscious optimization process. We're going to release the root cause with April, who is an Inner Circle member. She's doing Recharge. And so this is going to be really awesome as an extra support to everything that she's already doing. What is, something that she's been struggling with, and we're going to look at what's the root cause of that. So we're just adding her on now.
Hello. Hey.
Right. Hey, April.
I know.
Long time no see. Oh, I got to get my headphones on. All right. Awesome. So I was just telling everybody that I'm going to ask you what's something that you've been struggling with, that's been a really common theme for you, or just something that's really important right now. And we'll go deep into seeing what really is the root cause of that. So,
Okay,
what's
so I
going
know I've
on?
told you this before, but I'm at a transition phase in my life right now. And I just had
Yeah.
weight loss surgery, and this is to try to help my confidence, and that's a big issue for me. I have a business idea. I want to start this business, but I don't trust in myself enough to go ahead and just take that leap and do it. So that's where I'm
Mm,
at right now.
yeah. Okay, so what I'm hearing from you is trust is a huge
Right.
issue with this. That's a really big thing. What do you feel like you could do if you had that genuine,
I mean, I
deep
feel
sense
like
of
I could
trust?
do anything at that point. I really want to start this business, and I feel like
Yeah.
it's a really good idea and something that's needed. And I'm just hesitating, and I'm just stalled out, and it's almost like a
Hmm.
fear of just going and doing it.
Right. Yeah. Um, I know exactly what you mean. I have definitely been there myself. I think people who are listening or watching have probably been there themselves too. And that often comes right before a major breakthrough, like before something really big's going to come. That's really common to feel that. I'm curious, is there anything else in your life that you feel like you have been like hesitating with?
Um, Not that I can really think of. Like, this is the big thing in my life right now, is jumping
Okay.
onto that entrepreneur pathway and leaving the corporate career behind. That's like my really
Yeah.
big thing that's going on in my life at the moment.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. So I'm going to take you through a process that's kind of like a meditation, but it's very present. Like you don't clear your mind. You just get really present with yourself, and you, there's a point where I'll have you close your eyes if you're comfortable. April's in an airport, so I don't know. But just really pay attention to your thoughts and feelings that come up, because those are reflections of what's going on inside. And oftentimes, like if you find fear or discomfort coming up, that's something releasing. So don't try to push those things away, just be present
Okay.
with it and allow them to release. All right. Okay, so we're going to look into April's lack of trust with with diving in full force in launching this business. Um, okay, so I'm going to ask some questions, and I'm not asking you yet, April, but I will let you know when I'm asking you again. Okay. Um, so is this lack of trust have to do with um, something mental? Does it have to do with something emotional? Okay. Is it an emotional pattern of fear? Is it an emotional pattern of shame? Okay. So it's coming up for me as an emotional pattern of shame, which
Sure.
is, makes a lot of sense for starting a business, because if you fail,
Yeah.
then what happens?
Yeah,
Does
absolutely.
that
I mean,
make sense
honestly, I
to
feel like
you?
that is my biggest fear because I have
Okay.
a mortgage, I have bills to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So if it doesn't work, what happens then, you know?
Right. Yeah, and it's like what's coming to me is the
Yeah.
question of
Yeah,
what
that's
will
something
people
I've
think?
struggled with probably my whole life is what others think of me and the performance I give and being a
Yeah.
perfectionist, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, are you
Yeah,
ready
let's
to
do it.
like clear this out? All right, cool. All right. So I'm going to go deeper into that, and we'll find
Okay.
out where exactly it came from, which is a really important part of the process. And it's really just about getting awareness. And the more awareness you have, the more power you have. And it's like shining the light on that darkness, and whatever that darkness is, it just like runs away
Okay.
because it becomes
Yeah.
disempowered by your awareness. So did this pattern of shame come in before April's conception? Did it come in between conception and birth? Yeah, this is awesome. So pretty much everybody that I've been working with, they're dealing with stuff in the womb, while their mom was pregnant with them. There's a lot of stuff. That's when they start building their initial stories and their initial like views of the world, is when they're in the womb, and it's like, okay, here's my new life, and I'm hearing these stories from my parents or these people around me, and they get these initial downloads for how the world is. And so just collectively, everybody's been working through this stuff. Do you know anything, April, about that time
No,
when
not
your mom was
really.
pregnant?
My mom was 26, my dad was 31, but beyond that, I think they lived in an apartment at the
Hmm.
time. I'm not really sure otherwise.
Do you know like how their
My dad
relationship
was
was?
bipolar, so I don't know if at that time there was turmoil or issues, but he's had that. Uh,
Hmm.
he passed away when I was younger, but my mom had spoken about that before, so
Oh, I'm so
maybe
sorry.
something of that kind of thing was
Yeah.
going on.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna put this out there that if your dad had bipolar, there were definitely
Sure,
issues.
sure, yeah.
There, no doubt. And that's going to be something that's, if you grew up with that for that part of your life, it was
Yeah, I
normal
had
for
no
you.
idea there was
That's all you
anything wrong
knew.
until
So
after
it
he
felt
passed and my
like,
mom told me some stories, and I had no
yeah,
idea.
Yeah, yeah, it's like nobody knows anything's wrong until they, get old enough to realize the reality. And and so there's going to be a lot of stuff to heal from that part of your, there's just a lot of stuff to heal with that. I can relate to that, with my parents, and I'm sure a lot of people here can also relate to that. But I just wanted to make it clear that, don't downplay these struggles that we had growing up, because it was normal for us. And so it may feel like, oh, it wasn't a big deal, or oh, I just need to forgive and move on. But there's, that stuff's going to be influencing you the rest of your life until you deal with it. All right. um, so I'm so
Thank
glad
you.
that we're doing this,
Glad it worked
April.
out. Yeah.
I'm so glad that I reached out to you. Yeah, and that you were able to. And perfect, you have this time. All right. Um, okay. And so so now I'm asking the questions again here. So did the shame pattern come in um, from April's mom? Okay. Did it come in from her dad? Was it something her dad said or did? What did she empathetically take it? Okay. All right, so what I'm getting is that you empathetically took this from your dad, meaning he had this and you like inherited it from him. And especially as babies, we see our
Right.
parents as gods. Our parents are the human form of God. And so when we see our parents acting a certain way as babies who don't know any better, we say, oh, that's how I'm supposed to act. That's how humans are, is we do these things. So this is pretty common. Um, so, all right,
Yeah.
so are we ready to release that? Okay. So you can close your eyes now if you feel comfortable, and just kind of just be really observant and really present, and imagine the shame, this feeling of shame, and allow yourself to feel that sensation. And this isn't about dwelling on it. It's not about like living in it. It's just for this moment, we want to bring it up. We want to feel it for a moment so that we can actually release it. And so give that feeling, that sensation, shape, like a visual shape, and a color, and a texture. Notice what size it is. And April, just let me know when you have that
Okay.
sensation.
I have it.
Okay. And do you have the image of it in your mind? Okay. And where have you
My
been
core.
holding it in your body?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like in your stomach? Okay. All right. So imagine a bright light shining down on your stomach. And what's interesting is you're in a very busy, kind of a noisy area. And notice if any of those noises are correlating to your experience, like what people are saying, or if certain sounds are correlating. So allow that beam of light to shine down on your stomach, and feel that shame. Have that image in your mind and feel that shame rising up into the light, rising out of your stomach. And the light's like a magnet, it just draws it up. You can take a deep breath, and as that energy of shame draws up into the light, imagine all the other little bits and pieces and particles and energies of shame rising up from your feet, all the way through your legs and your hips, and out into that light. And imagine all the little bits and pieces, particles, and energies of shame coming down from your head, through your neck, your shoulders, your chest, and out your stomach into the light. And on my end, I'm sensing it's almost like a suction. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, it's like it was kind of holding on, but this power, it's so powerful. There's so much power here that is drawing it out that it has no power over you anymore. And it all just gravitates naturally and easily into that light because your frequency is changing and you're setting that boundary now that this is no longer what's needed for you. This is no longer what you're willing to maintain in your life. And let me know when you feel like all of that shame has risen up into the light.
I feel like it's out at this point.
Okay, awesome. All right, and did anything come up for you? I know you mentioned a little bit during that release.
It felt like everything from the top came out through the center, as well the bottom coming out through the center.
Yeah.
And just kind of a relief, that you don't have to live the same story again over and over again. So it's kind of comforting in that,
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. All right, so now we've made this beautiful space for what you really want. I mean, what you know is different than that. So, what would you like to replace that shame with? What do you feel like would serve you better for your business and for the rest of your life?
Instead of the shame, more to be a light for people, instead of kind of dimming myself down, and being more vibrant for, just to uplift other people,
So, to me, that sounds like confidence.
Yeah, because I would
you
hold myself differently as I'm just going through life in general, and just that joy coming through me, just gets passed on to others.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to bring in, so you can close your eyes again, and we're going to bring in a new energy to fill that space that we just created. And this energy is going to be joy, confidence, light, courage, and trust. Feel that energy coming down into your stomach. You might see some different lights. You might feel some warmth. And feel that energy moving, flooding your stomach, pouring into your body, flowing all the way down to the tips of your toes and all the way up to the top of your head. And with every breath, allow your stomach to fully expand as much as comfortable, and feel more and more of that energy pouring into you with every breath. And even when it feels like you are completely filled with that joy, confidence, courage, and trust, Feel yourself being filled even more so that you're overflowing out of the top of your head, out of your eyes, your mouth, your heart, your hands, and your feet, overflowing with this beautiful, vibrant energy. And even after this session, with every breath, you'll continue drawing in more of that light, circulating it through your body, through your cells, your DNA, through every organ, your nervous system, as it begins restructuring from the inside out. And take a deep breath. And feel yourself surrounded by the light. Feel it wrapping around you like a warm hug, soothing and comforting. And you might start to feel like this is home, like this is really who I am. I really am joy. I really am brave and confident. Awesome. So the minute that I said, this is who I am, that's when the shift happened, which is really cool. So what came up for you during the
The
replacing
thought passed
part?
my mind that I do need to just jump. So that was exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
I
Oh my
know,
gosh,
it's
I'm so
freaky, but
excited for
let's do
you.
it.
So what does that mean to jump? Like
For
what's the
me, the
jumping
jumping
action
is
for you?
putting in my 2 weeks at work. That's really what it is. Yeah.
All right.
So,
And I
hmm
know you've talked about that,
yeah, yeah.
you've been
I
thinking
mean,
about
it's
that
it's
for
a
a long
constant
time.
thought, every
Yeah.
single day. Like, how much longer do I need to put up with what I'm putting up with? And why? Why am I doing it? So, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, what's really cool about this is that you
Mm-hmm.
are in recharge, and you and I are going to be working pretty
Yeah.
close together for the next 12 weeks or 11 weeks. And,
Okay.
just let me know if you need anything, because you're going to jump, and there's going to be like a transition period, and I can help you to navigate all of that and help you to stay in alignment and
Okay.
move through any fears
Awesome.
that come up.
Okay.
All right.
All
So
right.
don't hesitate to reach out.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much, April. Hey, you
Yeah.
guys, give April some love, because she was so brave to do this session. And I know that everybody else watching and listening got to level up and shift along with you, April. So,
Absolutely. Thank you.
yeah, thank you so much.
All right. All right. Bye.
All right. Have a wonderful night.